Would you? Brady, how old Brady? Brady's probably.
Yes.
Oh, God damn! You ain't let me answer the question. You ain't let me finish the question, Tay.
What was the question?
Hey, I knew it, when you said Tom Brady, I knew what you said. Let me see what he gonna say. And then you got to talk about how old he is. I don't care. I don't care.
You would take Tom at 47, 48?
58 right now. Nah, Tom know about how I feel about him, man. And the other part is I think I'll be the first person that played with Tom and Aaron. So that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he's getting older, but I mean, he got to still be able to throw it better than, half these dudes in the league.
He
at
can
this
spin
point, so.
But you better be able to protect him because he ain't going to be able to take them hits better.
And he ain't going nowhere either. He's going to sit right there in that pocket, so you better have a nice, secure little home for him there. That's for sure.
Jimmy G, Brian Hoyer, Aiden O'Connell. Now it seems like Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew are going to be fighting for the starting quarterback.
Y'all saw the look on his face when he acknowledged that? That subtle. I'm fucked, bro.
Seems like Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew are going to be fighting for the starting quarterback.
No enthusiasm, no excitement, no life in that, bro.
You have the pieces at that position because it doesn't matter. You can go out there and you can run the best routes in the world. You can run the end cut, the dig, the dagger, the shake, all that.
Right.
Good.
Right.
But, man, you see Devontae run that rock, had him on skates. But if that ball sails out of bounds, eventually, Tay gonna get frustrated.
Right.
Cause, bro, I'm putting in this work, I'm getting open, I'm winning, and I ain't gonna get no looks.
Yeah, man, it's always a tough conversation because when you talk about having the for sure answer, we don't know because we haven't seen Gardner in a Raider uniform. We've seen him make some plays, and we've seen it to a certain extent.
Jacksonville, Indy.
Exactly. He's definitely been out there and had some experience. Aiden, on the other hand, hasn't had near as much experience. He had to pick up, in an offense that's fit for a Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. It's an offense that you have to have an extremely high level execution to be able to make it work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dink and dunk. It wasn't a lot of it wasn't a million shots down the field. Right. I had much longer touchdowns in that offense, but it was honestly as a result of us figuring out on the fly. Like we said, trying to adjust and make it work. It was a lot of that. So when you got a guy, and me and Aiden talked about it at the end of last year, because I think we were in a hot tub and somebody asked him, like, what do you think about this offense? And he said himself, this offense just requires a really high level execution. You got to be able to really sustain a drive.
Right.
Like you don't get just because you went, you capitalized on fourth down twice. You don't get 5 downs on the next one. You still got to move. So if you only done got 20 yards with 2 first downs,
right.
That's a lot of work you still got to do to get down there, especially, the ball get nailed in the end zone. You starting way back there. Right. You can still get 3 first downs and punt the ball.
Right.
So, it's not, in a lot of offenses in these, especially today, these offenses explosive, man. You get 3 first downs, your ass done scored, basically. So, it's tough to do. You got to pick up in the middle of that as a young buck, and then you come in, the game that Jimmy gets hurt, he got to jump in and play against the Chargers, get sacked 6 times by the same freaking person. Like that's not easy.
Yeah.
He kind of got thrown into the fire a little bit. So I
remember
believe
that.
in Aiden, and I think he's gonna he's gonna be able to feel a lot more comfortable. He looked pretty good in OTAs, and we're just going to continue to grow and learn from each other. And I've always been a big advocate for him because when he first came in, he came in real confident, balling in the OTA period and in preseason, and showed everybody what he has the potential to do. So we just got to keep working, just like with me and Aaron. If you were trying to count your chickens before they hatch with me, then you wouldn't have had no eggs. Because my first 2 years wasn't exciting nobody to think that it was going to.
That you going to turn out the way you turned out.
Exactly. So. I'm the main person sitting there saying, everybody relax. You gotta give time for the flower to grow. We watering it right now, and we're gonna, ultimately see what happens with it. But it's hard to say for sure, like we gonna win a Super Bowl right now. But we got a lot of work to put in still, and I think we got a good chance to get a lot better.
So you would say that the offense under Josh, it required a lot of patience and a lot of precision.
Correct.
Because, hey, if you miss, but you got to be able to come back and do it over and over and over and over again. And a lot of times you're doing that without taking shots.
Exactly. And this game is about, and that's a lot of snaps too.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, when you got your team on the field for, almost 80 plays, you're going to be out there with a lot of folks and maybe hurt folks.
Right.
Now, if you can get out there and get some explosives and your defense is out there and getting the ball back to you, putting it in it, then now that's less plays. You stretching the field. The morale of the team is different because now you done got more confidence. Getting a first down, on fourth down is cool, and that can give you confidence. You want to have that in your bag of being able to, but you ain't trying to go down there just scoring on.
Yeah, you ain't gonna make a whole lot of living fourth down. This team goes for it the most on fourth down, and that's gonna get you in trouble. That's gonna bite you in the butt eventually.
In Philly, that worked.
I mean, the Laporte, yeah. Yo, evolution is a beautiful thing, man. When this man came out with these liquor bottles, ain't nobody was copping nothing. He felt lucky to get the 100 sales on his first shipment. Now this shit probably gone global, man. He probably running out of liquor.
The most on fourth down, and
problems to have.
That's gonna get you in trouble. That's gonna bite you in the butt eventually.
In Philly, that worked because they doing it different over there with the way they do it. But when it's 4th and 3 and you done ran the ball 3rd and 6 to get it shorter to do it like that, like that's just not the type of ball I believe in. I believe in being aggressive, especially when you had the personnel to do so.
I'm looking at you guys had some issues.
AKA, give me the ball.
The Raiders, man. I remember Al, I don't care what you guys, Al Davis, who's the owner of the Raiders, his philosophy was, just win, baby. Mm-hmm. So he didn't really care about the off-field stuff, but this is a new age, this is a new time, Devontae. Yeah. And you guys had some issues that kind of maybe, I don't know how much that impacted what you did on the field, but it can't be easy dealing with some of the things that you had to deal with that wasn't football related.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's never gonna make it easier anytime you got any type of distractions on the outside. So we try to limit that, and the other reality is if it's player related, coach related, whatever it is, like you want to ultimately, if people can't, like nobody's perfect, so things are going to happen every so often, but you got to look at the type of things that's happening, obviously, and if people don't fit that mold and they start to create too many distractions and hold the team back from, realizing their full potential, then you got to do what you got to do, man. Right. Like this thing going to keep rolling regardless. So, and that's the mindset that I got too. Like, I got plenty of friends, and I love continuing to grow bonds. And I feel like, you hear about, the guys like you that played and not in it no more. I feel like the main thing I always hear is that what I miss most is that connection and that locker room feel. Playing the games. A lot of dudes that have played for a long time, they say, I don't miss playing. No. I'm good on that. But that camaraderie, being together every day is just that's a whole different thing. So I got plenty of friends, like I said. So if you don't fit the mold and you don't bring the same type of attention and intention when you come in to the facility, practice the game every single time you come out there, and you out here doing this and that, and you can't stay focused, well then. And that's how I would do it if I was the coach. You know, and like I said, it ain't a one-shot deal and you out. But if it's to a point where you are consistent distraction and you ain't bringing enough positive and it's the bad is outweighing the good, then you serve no purpose here.
Yeah. So it's funny that you said that. Is that, do you feel like sometimes like the Raiders, because of the Raiders, kind of like, if I was born a pirate, I think my job is to naturally pillage and loot. And so if you get drafted to the Raiders, it's almost like I'm supposed to be a bad boy. I'm supposed to be bad. I'm supposed to get in trouble. As long as I knock hell out of people on the field, I catch a few touchdowns.
That may be. I never really thought about it like that, but like you said, you grow up in that, or you get brought into that culture. The thing is, I think that's kind of the older thing. I don't know if that's the Raider culture as much. It's definitely that hard-nosed, tough. You want people to feel you coming in. Right.
Man, y'all lose too much for people to be intimidated by the Oakland or Vegas culture. Raiders been losing since I've been a fan of football, bro. I can't remember an era in which I was alive where the Raiders put fear in my heart. I'm not even trying to be on no hating shit. I'm really talking about objectively. I know you could say that about the Steel Curtain, Pittsburgh. I know you could say that about the Baltimore Ravens. I know you could slide that in there with the Bears at some point. Like some of these teams that are like known for just hard, gritty defense. Y'all not in Oakland no more. That old just win, baby, that was the Oakland energy. Since y'all been in Vegas, y'all been soft. Let's just keep it a bean, man. Y'all ain't got no culture that other teams respect. Y'all owned by Mahomes.
You don't want them to
same,
fear
man.
that you about to shoot them or rob them. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. So we can't be getting too out of control with it. But we try to, definitely have that same type of mentality. That's what he said. I mean, we watch videos throughout the year, little hype videos they put together for you week in and week out, and we get to see some of the stuff that Jack Tatum and the boys was doing.
Man,
and Al,
you going to jail for that even on the field today.
I'm telling you, John Madden too. Them boys saying, yeah, we the Raiders. Yeah, we gonna punch you in the mouth. What you gonna do about it?
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member.
I love
by
this
hitting that
PC
subscribe.
version of Adams, man. Like, hold on. While I was watching this shit, I was looking up the other video that I had recently spotted. Let me see if I can find that joint. Might even have to edit it. History. Where we at? Show the real Adams right here. Tell us how you really feel. We don't want to hear none of that PC shit on a podcast. Tell us how you really feel about the Raiders, huh? And that culture and tradition.
Get the fuck out of here before I lose my fucking life. I ain't never been hit this many fucking times in my career. Every game I get fucked up. I gotta get the fuck out of here before I lose my fucking life. I ain't never been hit this many fucking.
I'll let y'all next video, man. The man has spoken.